Silence. Nothingness. The abyss is a dark, gaping maw that swallows any semblance of light or life. The only thing that leaves here are the ghost stories told by nonsensical spaces. Welcome to the abyss, although I'm not sure you want to be here. Deep into hyperspace, on the very fringes of the Persean sector, lies the Abyss, a strip of pure darkness breaching the gap between the Persean and Orion sectors. Secrets, treasures, and hidden knowledge lie here in wait for those brave enough to seek it, but with the tales of demonic red mist and self-replicating living metal, who would be so reckless? Some records show that there is light in the Abyss. Some refer to these lights as angels, guiding their path through the abyss. Scientists, however, cannot confirm their origin. Also, ghost stories of evil red lights and mist hint that those lights may also be, in fact, dangerous. The shrouded dwellers, the demons of the abyss, linger in the darkness. No one truly knows what they are. Maybe they're a fragment of light themselves, twisted by the abyss to cause destruction of physical objects unlike themselves. Perhaps they are demons, the antithesis of the abyssal angels, watching from a different reality, locked in an ever-ongoing war in heaven. Ever deeper in the abyss, there are hyperspace jump points, a tiny violet respite from the ever-encroaching darkness, a familiar sight to spacers, exploring distant worlds never seen or inhabited. Yet lying in wait is an ancient threat. A roiling, swirling vortex of living metal, threat a likely domain-era AI war remnant that was sent into deep space to be a domain presence around now rogue celestial bodies in the abyss. It is unknown as to the exact origins of threat, but it is possible that the domain sent out the now Derelicts as exploratory vessels, and threat would have been their military backup. So, Spacer, think twice before you venture out into the cold black of the abyss, because if the ever-creeping tendrils of the abyss don't get you, threat or the shrouded dwellers will. While the combat capabilities of the dwellers and threat are very different, they both hold domain over their areas of the abyss. Let's take a look at what makes them so formidable and terrifying for every spacer in the sector. First off, we have the Shrouded Tendril. The Tendril is the assault destroyer for the Dwellers, a close-range menace with 3 medium weapon mounts and 4 smalls. It's tough with a .63 shield flux to damage rating and 15k hull base. Next, we have the Shrouded Maelstrom. The Maelstrom is the Dweller's energy weapons platform. With access to 6 medium energy turrets and 4 hybrid, this cruiser can assault the front lines of any core world's fleet with very little issue. When challenged, it can project a smokescreen that confuses targeting and blocks lines of fire. Next, the Shrouded Eye. The Eye has no weapon systems and is a little faster and squishier than other cruisers, but beware its darkened gaze that can tear apart almost any ship that sits in front of it for too long. Lastly, the Shrouded Maw. The Maw is a jack-of-all-trades capital. It has a 100k hull base and a plethora of weapon slots, and is a lot quicker than you'd think from a capital ship. But I guess it is a cloud. Next up, we have Threat. And first off, we have the Skirmish Unit. The Skirmish Unit is Threat's interceptor. It has 3 small and 1 medium weapon slot and is incredibly quick. With a built-in teleport system, do not take your eye off this unit, otherwise it might surprise you. Next, we have the Assault Unit. The Assault Unit is exactly what it says on the tin, fast, durable, and loaded with huge firepower. Its ship system also allows it to speed up, dissipate flux faster, and charge weapons quicker, deadly if left unchecked. Now we have the Overseer Unit. The Overseer is Threat's fleet support. Its systems provide the energy needed to other ships for them to use their ship systems, and can briefly overload phase targets, pulling them out of phase. It's not bad at point defense either. Up next, we have the Line Unit. The Line Unit is a gun and missile platform. It has a large weapon slot and plethora of smaller slots. This thing is brutal up close, or from afar depending on how it's set up. It's extremely heavily armoured and can punch well above its weight. Next, the Hive Unit. The Hive Unit is Threat's dedicated missile vessel. It has the option to fit a selection of different medium and small fragment launchers, and also provide good point defense for other Threat vessels. Finally, we have the Fabricator Unit. The Fabricator is Threat's mothership. It has the ability to create other Threat vessels using metal from any source on the battlefield. It's extremely well armoured, and can actually surprise lightly armoured assault ships if they attempt to swarm it. Hey guys, welcome to our weapons tier list for the Abyss factions. As usual, I tested purely Abyss weapons on their respective factions' ships, so these weapons may have better use cases elsewhere. For the Abyssal Glare, it's in D tier as it's a weapon that the Dwellers can't actually use that is part of the Dwellers faction weapons. Anyway, let's get started. First off, we have Rift Lightning. Rift Lightning is a short to mid-range energy weapon that is strong versus all defenses. It fires an EMP arc at its target and opens a rift that causes area of effect damage. Its damage and flux efficiency are very good. Combine that with perfect accuracy and a very fast turn rate, it gives you a very deadly medium energy weapon. Next for the Dwellers, we have the Churning Locus. The Churning Locus is a large missile weapon that launches a shrouded vortex. The vortex seeks an enemy and eventually detonates, dealing 2,000 points of energy damage in an area. While it is expensive to fit at a whopping 50 ordnance points, it is extremely powerful against most enemies. Lastly for the Dwellers, we have the Pseudo-Particle Jet. The Pseudo-Particle Jet is essentially a space flamethrower. While not particularly efficient, it does make up for it by being extremely suppressive. It does incredible damage versus shielded targets, and it's even pretty good versus armour. You will however pay 22 ordnance points for a medium weapon here, which is very expensive. Next up, for threat, we have the Void Blaster. The Void Blaster, to put it bluntly, is a menace. A burst fire anti-armour blaster that has a casual 700 meters range base. It has 1200 DPS base if you don't include reloads, and even deals soft flux damage to shields. It's quite flux efficient as it is the staple anti-armour weapon for threat fleets, if you can afford the 16 ordnance points to fit it. Next, we have the Defabrication Swarm. The Defabrication Swarm is loosely a weapon. It's technically a fighter wing, but fits to a hardpoint. It's a full swarm of anti-armour fragments that eat through enemy armour and hull. If it succeeds in doing this, it creates new fragments that then return to the launching ship. Lastly for threat, we have the Neoferric Quad Coil. The Neoferric Quad Coil is a large anti-armour ballistic weapon that has a burst of around 5 or 6 shots. Each shot deals extremely heavy armour damage and doesn't affect your flux level too much. It has a base 900 range, 320 base DPS and only costs 20 ordnance points to fit, making it an extremely viable option for all ballistic hardpoints on threat ships. Far beyond the last flicker of mapped space, deeper still than most dare to travel, the Abyss does not simply exist, it is oppressive. Abyssal hyperspace is a far throw from standard hyperspace travel. Sensors fail, engines strain, and even the very basics of travel begin to falter. Burn speeds slow, sensor signals fade, and the all-encompassing beauty of the stars simply disappears. Some say it feels like sinking. Others say it's like being watched. Within this suffocating dark, strange lights drift, cold, distant, inviting. Scientists speak of unstable energy, knots in higher dimensions or spontaneous anomalies, but as spacers, we know better. Because sometimes those lights turn red, and when they do, something answers. The Shrouded Dwellers are not beings in the way we understand. They are manifestations. Swirling storms of blood-red energy, drifting through the abyss like predators drawn to life signs, reacting to the presence of something that doesn't belong. They don't leave wreckage or debris, only absence. It isn't known if they were ever encountered by the domain, or whether they've always been here, lurking in the dark. Their forms, tendrils, eyes, maws, suggest something almost biological, yet they behave like energy, similar to storms, like the formation of an idea. And then there is threat. Where the Shrouded are unknowable, threat is disturbingly familiar. These threat fleets may have been sent out to frontier worlds as a way of endlessly manufacturing outside of domain influence. Fragments of old code echo through their systems, warnings from an aeons-old empire, repeating endlessly into the void. They are believed to be machines of domain origin, machines built for control that malfunctioned on their masters. Stories such as the Megadeath incident of Parkot, and any further information is just speculation. And yet, both dwell here in the Abyss, the machines and the unknowable. They share the same silence, the same suffocating void. Threat organises and expands, the Shrouded do not. They wait, they react, they notice. So I take back what I said initially. The Abyss is not empty. It's not even dead. It's not even silent. Because in the end, it's not what you find in the Abyss that matters. It's what finds you. This has been another Starsector faction deep dive. In a broken sector, every faction has its secrets, and we're here to uncover them one story at a time. Can I just say, a huge thank you to you all, each and every one of you, for consistently tuning in and giving me the energy and motivation to carry on with this project. Especially those who pop in to chat on Twitch and comment on YouTube. It's been nice to chat to people about a game that I love and enjoy the lore of, and I hope that I've done it justice. Next, we're moving on to modded factions, so if you are a modder and you would like a video like this for your faction, please do get in touch, because I'd love to do it. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube and X at the links in the video and video description, or you can join my Discord, and it's at the bottom of the description as well. I'll be taking a bit of a break from faction deep dive videos for maybe 4 or 5 weeks while I get settled into how to do modded factions, but I hope to come back with something fun for you all. Thank you again everyone, and I'll see you all on the next one.